is the news on top of the hour.
Live from our studio in Georgetown.
Kaieteur Radio, 99.1 FM.
These are your top stories for today, Monday, July 11, 2022. Tushau's concerns over government takeover of conference, as National Executive says, was shut out of planning. Exxon and government now putting together emergency response plan for gas ashore project. In order $906 million for CGIA. Hess hails tremendous progress extracting Guyana's oil. And we want to move quickly, we want to deliver fast, President Ali tells Saudi Arabian investors. Foreign aircraft with cocaine lands at Mahdia. And corruption allegations dug Chinese investors in Guyana. These and more when the news returns.
Go loud or go home. Never miss out on your favorite local radio segments, local and international podcasts, and DJ mixes.
That's right.
With the Go Loud app. Discover podcasts like Common Sense, Red Table Talk, The Breakfast Club, and the best mixes from DJs worldwide, and much more. Stream all of your favorite local radio stations in one app. Go loud on what matters to you. Download the Go Loud app in the App or Play Store today and start listening.
With your Monday, July 11th main newscast, my name is Joshua Van Slykeman. Good afternoon and thank you for joining us. Let's get to the news in details. The government of Guyana and its business partners on the gas-to-energy project ExxonMobil is now in the process of developing an emergency response plan for natural gas-related incidents. This was confirmed yesterday by the Civil Defense Commission, one of the key agencies that will be participating in the development of the document. Mr. Loring Binas, the acting head of the CDC, said that there is currently no emergency response plan. This is the case even though an environmental impact assessment has already been submitted by Exxon for the pipeline aspect of the project, and government is already moving to hire its specialists to supervise the construction of the natural gas, liquid plant, and power plant. In other news, the recent Vice News' documentary that flagged alleged corrupt deals between Chinese businessmen and Guyanese politicians was not well received by China and its embassy here in Guyana. It was forced to urge the citizens to steer clear of corruption. Chinese businesses and nationals were reminded of China's zero tolerance for corruption via a public statement made on the embassy's Facebook page. The embassy related that the timely reminder was made by a spokesperson on its behalf. It did not reveal the identity of the official, but the spokesperson started off by labeling the Vice News report as one that seeks to smear China and undermine the country's relationship with Guyana. We had reached out to one of the officials of the embassy to find out if the country will conduct an investigation into the allegations made in the Vice News report, but up to press time, there was no response. With the National Tushau's Council Conference opening today, heads of various indigenous communities will be seeking to have key issues including rights violation, victimization, and access to services earnestly addressed, even as they lament an apparent government takeover of the event. The event is an annual one where village leaders have one-on-one interaction with government ministers and key officials on matters affecting their communities. One Tushau stated that the last government allowed the NTC executive to chair the session, giving more control to the council in getting its business done. He added that there has been a removal of control from the NTC and moderating what comes out of the meeting. And moving on. While works on the Cherry Jackson International Airport expansion project by China Harbor Engineering Company is nearing completion, the government on its end is now looking to spend some $906 million to construct a new building at the facility. It was reported in the media in August last year that the ministry had signed a contract with Kaieteur Incorporated to the tune of $25.9 million to design a new office building for the airport staff. CJIA's CEO Ramesh Gair was quoted in the Department of Public Information article in December stating that design for the office was completed and that the new step is to go to tender. Hess Exploration Ghana Limited's CEO John Hess is seeking to assure that not only in Ghana's oil significance, since it would be in demand for decades to come, but its development was important to this company and was elated at the tremendous progress made in extracting the country's crude thus far. He made the statements on Friday last during an event at State House, where he was at the time reiterating the importance of the need of the country to develop its natural resources for itself and his company in the presence of President Ali and other government representatives. It is 12 hours 9 in Guyana and right across the Eastern Caribbean. We will return after these messages.
This is GHK Lal inviting you to join me weekdays from Monday to Friday on the National Outlook for commentary on a range of issues, immediately after the 12 noon and 7 p.m. newscasts on Kaieteur Radio at 99.1 FM and 99.5 FM. Looking forward to you sharing in the conversation.
You don't have to be a fountain of knowledge to help children with their schoolwork while they're at home. But you do have to be caring, understanding, loving, and patient. It's an unsettling time for everyone, but children still need a safe and secure environment. So don't overwhelm them with endless news items or problems. Keep them gainfully occupied and amused, exercised and rested. Protect our children. A message from the Child Care and Protection Agency, Ministry of Human Services and Social Security, and UNICEF.
Welcome back. President Ali on Saturday extended an open invitation to investors of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia to quote-unquote invest now, promising that Guyana is ready to remove hurdles. He also challenged Saudi Arabia to make money available to Guyana from the Saudi Investment and Development Fund that could be used to invest in any project. The president, however, made it clear that Guyana is not hooked on to any ideological or superior partner, but on those that can give the country the best possible outcome. A team of investigators from the Guyana Police Force's headquarters of Evelary, Georgetown on Sunday traveled to Mahdia Region 8 after an aircraft loaded with cocaine illegally landed at the airstrip. The registration number of the plane is N5470Z, and according to investigators, it landed around 14 hours 20. The pilot and co-pilot of the airplane was detained for questioning, and police identified the pilot as Colombian national Rodriguez Estevan, while the other, Matias Alberto, is believed to be a law enforcement officer of the neighboring Brazil. However, police are yet to confirm if the claim is true. The Inter-American Development Bank has approved Guyana's request to tap some $83.3 million from the Norway Fund to develop 3 solar power projects to aid in the diversification of the country's energy matrix. The project, dubbed the Guyana Utilities Scale Solar Program, GuySol, received the IDB's blessing on June 15th last. The $83.3 million forms part of the revenues Guyana earned from Norway over the years for the protection of its forests. According to the agreement Guyana has with the Kingdom of Norway, the money is to be overseen by the IDB to ensure that they are invested in projects that propel the social and economic well-being of the Guyanese people. It is now time for your COVID-19 updates. The Ministry of Health on Sunday recorded 32 new COVID-19 infections, with 5 persons in the intensive care unit. The numbers of deaths stands at 1,262, while total cases are 68,194. We now turn our attention to your page 7 of the Kaieteur News that is dedicated to being blunt, and it is titled Pressure Does Bust Pipe. The colloquial expression here, pressure does bust pipe, rings true with the dramatic resignation of the President and Prime Minister of Sri Lanka over the weekend. Despite daily protests over their mismanagement of the country, the 2 leaders had managed to cling on to power, but the sheer will of the people were forced to resign. What we witness in Sri Lanka is of the citizens standing up in anger over the poor state of their country and brought on by visionless and corrupt leaders. All the pieces were there in Sri Lanka, and to such an extent, the rank and file citizens couldn't take it anymore. they had observed enough, endure enough, and constructive challenge in an expression of their pent-up, rapt and energies meant that the stubborn leaders had no option but to give a wrong to leave office. The developments is unsettled, and Sri Lanka should have served as both mirror and case study for all that has gone wrong in Guyana, and who and what are responsible for the way that this country is in today. Look at Sri Lanka first, then cast eyes at what is happening here in Guyana. If it is not a family relation doing well in Guyana, it is some nephew-in-law or cousin-in-law benefiting handsomely from the richness of doing business for the state. Guyanese must now stand up like the Sri Lankans and demand greater accountability from our leaders, and we must step up and keep up the pressure. And with that, we've come to the end of your main newscast for today, Monday, July 12th, 2022. Join us on the hour for your news in capsule, and later on at 7 p.m. for your third and final major newscast for the day. Remember, you can get the full details of these stories and much more by heading across to our website at kaieteurnewsonline.com or pick up a copy of the Kaieteur News at the newsstand near you for just $100 Guyana dollars. My name is Joshua Van Slyckman on behalf of the news and technical team, wishing you and your family a great remainder of your Monday afternoon and encouraging you to play it safe out there.
Want value for your advertising dollar? Then place your ads on Kaieteur Radio's newscasts. Streamed live on